Welcome to a new crochet tutorial. In this video we are gonna crochet together this cute little alien called Bob the Blob. The pattern is found inside the Amigurumi Calendar of 2024 and it is the October pattern. Let's pop that up in the corner. I will leave the link to the calendar down in the description. To make Bob the Blob, you will need some cotton yarn. I'm using cotton from Kremke Soul Wool in the colors light green, yellow, black and white, and some golden thread if you want to bling up the bow tie that Bob has. You also need a crochet hook. I'm using a 3.5mm crochet hook for this project, a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and some stuffing. Let's start by making the head. And the head is crocheted with the light green cotton yarn. Starting off with a magic circle with 6 single crochets. And I do my magic circle by crocheting 2 chain stitches and then 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. But you can use whatever method that you like to use. Like this. On the next round we are going to crochet 6 increases until we have 12 stitches. And a increase is made by crocheting 2 single crochets in the same stitch. On the third round we are going to crochet 1 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat that 6 times until we have 18 stitches. So 1 and a increase, and repeat that 5 more times. On round 4 we are going to crochet 2 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat that 6 times until we have 24 stitches. So 1, 2, and a increase, and repeat that 5 more times. On round 5 we are gonna crochet 3 single crochets, 1 increase, repeat that 6 times until we have 30 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and a increase, and repeat that 5 more times. Like so. On the next 4 rounds, we are going to crochet 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around, which means 30 stitches in total for 4 rounds. This is how the head should look like after 4 rounds of 1 single crochet in each stitch. On next round, which is round 10, we're gonna crochet 3 single crochets, 1 decrease, repeat that 6 times until we have 24 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and then a decrease. I am making invisible decreases, which means that instead of going through both back and front loops, I only go through the front loops, like this. And then we repeat that 5 more times. On the next round, which is also our last, we are going to crochet 2 single crochets, 1 decrease, repeat that 6 times until we have 18 stitches. So 1, 2, and then a decrease. And repeat that 5 more times. And that was that. Let's cut off the yarn. You don't need to save anything because we are gonna go ahead and weave in all the ends. Before we move forward with the body, let's stuff the head so that we have that out of the way and we can just continue working on the other parts. And then this head is all ready and set for assembling. I might add a little bit more when we sew the body and the head together, but for now this is good. The next part is the body, and that is also crocheted with the light green yarn. And we are starting off with making a magic circle with 8 single crochets. So 2 chains, and then in the second chain from the hook, 8 single crochets. And the reason why we are making 8 single crochets instead of 6 is that we want a flat base for the body. So the body is crocheted from bottom to the top. On the second round, we are gonna crochet 8 increases until we have 16 stitches. Like this. On round 3, we are going to crochet 1 single crochet, 1 increase, repeat that 8 times until we have 24 stitches. So 1, and then a increase, and repeat that 7 more times. On the next round, which is round number 4, we are going to crochet in the front loops only. So only in these front loops, not in both the front loops and the back loops, which you usually do. We are gonna crochet 4 chain stitches, 3 single crochets, 1 in each chain, and then 3 single crochets in the base. And we're gonna repeat that 8 times. So let me show you. 4 chain stitches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we make 3 single crochets, 1 in each chain, but skip the first one. And then we go back to the base and make 3 single crochets in the base and only in the front loop. I forgot already. So 1, 2, and 3. And that is our first tentacle. Now we're gonna repeat this 7 more times. Let me show you once again. So 4 chain stitches, and then 3 single crochets, and then we go back working in the main piece and make 3 single crochets in the front loops only. And this is how it should look like on the back side. So here we have the back loops left for our next round. Like this, and this is how your tentacles will look like. And on the wrong side you still have 24 back loops to work in, which we are gonna do on the next round. On the next round we are gonna crochet 24 single crochets, which means 1 single crochet in each back loop all the way around. On the next round, we are again crocheting 24 single crochets, which means 1 stitch, 1 single crochet in each stitch. On the next round, we are going to crochet 6 single crochets, 1 decrease, repeat that 3 times until we have 21 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and a decrease. And repeat that 2 more times. On the next 2 rounds, we are going to crochet 21 single crochets, so 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for 2 rounds. Okay, on the last round, we are going to crochet 5 single crochets, 1 decrease, repeat that 3 times until we have 18 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and a decrease. And repeat that 2 more times. And that's the body. Let's cut off the yarn. But save maybe 30 centimeters for the assembling. And then we will weave in the yarn end from the beginning. Let's add some, sorry, let's add some stuffing. This. It looks so cute with its tentacles. Let's pop that up in a corner. The next thing we are gonna crochet is the eye, and that is crocheted with white yarn. Let's start off with a magic circle with 6 single crochets. Like this. And then to make a perfect circle, I am gonna close this round with a slip stitch and a chain before moving to the second round. On the second round, we're gonna crochet 6 increases until we have 12 stitches. And if you closed the round like I did, be sure to start in the same stitch as the slip stitch. Let's cut off the yarn, but save a little for attaching it to the head. And then we are gonna end the round with a invisible join. And you can do this with your crochet hook, or you can use it, or you can do it with a needle. Like this, and then we have a perfect round eye. The last thing we need to do on the eye is to surface slip stitch between round 1 and round 2, 5 stitches. So let's pop the hook through the eye and pull through the yarn, and then go down in the closest hole and pull the yarn through and down in the next one, pull through, next one, pull through. And that should be 5 stitches, and we have a happy eye. Or a sleepy one if you want to place it upside down. That's personal preference, and you can choose exactly how you want it yourself. Be sure to pull the magic circle tight. And then I am just gonna tie the extra yarn ends behind the eye, because I'm a bit lazy and I feel like it's a bit fiddly to weave in yarn ends when you have multiple and the eye is so tiny. So we are gonna do it like this, and we have a finished eye. The last thing we are crocheting is the bow tie. And the bow tie is crocheted with 1 strand of cotton yarn, and then 1 strand folded 3 times of the golden thread, just to make it really golden. 3 fold the yarn, take the cotton yarn, then we slip knot, and we want it to be like this. Yes, so we have the running yarns facing the same direction. Then we put the loop on our hook, and we have now 3 strands, which one of them is a loop. And when you come to the end of this loop, you just pull through this golden yarn, and then you pull, and then it continues to be 3-folded. It is like magic. So for the bow tie, we are starting off by making 1 chain, and yes, we will make the slip knot into a chain instead, and we can crochet into that, and then we don't have any annoying extra, what is it called? Knots. So this is now our first chain. Then we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2. Then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the first chain. And this is how you do a double crochet. So you loop over, go into the first chain, catch the yarn, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going to do that 1 more time. So yarn over, go through the hole, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we make 2 chains, 1, 2, a slip stitch in that middle hole that we have, which is also the first chain that we did. And then so this is the first half of the bow tie. So then we just repeat that one more time. So 1, 2 chains, and then 2 double crochets. This looks so good with the golden thread. And then 2 chains, and then a slip stitch. And then we cut off the yarn. Maybe 10 centimeters left. We are gonna use these yarn ends to tie the bow tie to the body, because that is a bit quicker than sewing it on. But before that, we are gonna form this into a proper bow tie by winding the yarn ends around the middle section like this a couple of times. I'm doing it 3 times. I think that looks good. And then I'm gonna secure it with a knot. It is very pretty with golden thread and multiple strands of yarns, but it is a little bit hard when you are tying stuff and you want to have all the yarn ends with you, but that I think did it. And then we have this cute little bow tie. And leave these for now. We're gonna use them when we attach it to the body. So that is all of the parts that is gonna make our Bob the Blob. So now we are ready for assembling. Let's start with assembling the head and the body. The last round of the head and the last round of the body has the exact same amount of stitches, so it should be pretty straightforward to sew them together. You just take 1 stitch from the head and then 1 stitch from the body and 1 stitch through the head. I want to add a little bit more stuffing before closing the gap, because I feel like it's a little bit too soft for my taste. Way better. Okay, let's sew up the last couple of stitches. Oh, it's coming together. The next thing we are gonna do is to attach the eye. You can use pins for this if you want to. I feel like this part is so small that pins are a little bit in the way, so I'm gonna just squeeze it in place with my thumb and then sew around it. But before that, I'm gonna be sure to have the back facing the back. So this is the back where you have this little rough edge from the tentacles, and where the tentacles are nice and even, that's your front. So this should be it. And I would say there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 rounds above the eye, or before the eye placement. And then underneath the eye there is 1, 2, 3 rounds. And the eye is sewn on by sewing up and down through the eye and the head. And then it's time to weave in the yarn end. I am gonna go an entire round through the stitches on the eye. Oh, it looks so good! Then we are at the final step, which is tying on the bow tie. So I just put the needle through one of the yarn ends, and then I'm gonna pull it through the body and tie it with the other yarn end. And then I'm taking my crochet hook and we are gonna pull through the yarn ends so that they are a bit on the inside of the body. Let's take the needle. I think it's gonna be easier. That worked way better. I am so sorry for all the shadows, but the evening sun has arrived. Let's cut that. And this is how Bob the Blob turned out. I think he is so adorable and definitely one of my favorite amigurumis that we have crocheted together over this year. If you want to check out the other tutorials that I've made, I have been publishing one amigurumi tutorial each month this entire year, and during 2023 I will leave the link to the playlist below for you. All of the amigurumis that we have made so far are perfect size for keychains, Christmas ornaments and bag charms. So go and check that out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!